Let me know if you're live in the building with me. Golly. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you lot this, yeah? Boy, oh. Listen, Chris, you are a straight beast. Beast mode. Oh my God. I don't know if you lot have seen it or not, right? Chris was going ham at Speaker's Corner, debating John Fontaine. Oh, that's his name. Sorry if I messed it up. But golly. Ugh. Ugh. Listen, Chris, you know your stuff. Yeah. The way I heard Chris quoting from top of the head, come like a battle rapper, just dropping straight bars. And it's like proper critical bars as well. It's like, ugh. Listen, Chris, you're a formidable foe. Like, salute. Sorry, I just literally had some time on my hands, like in between clients, and I literally just put that on quick time, and I was just watching, and I was like, get him, boy. Absolutely get him, boy. Oh my God. Yeah, no, Chris, you did your thing. When I heard the Garima Gospels being mentioned, man said, listen, he was married to a Copt. He went to Ethiopia. He went to Najran. Listen, we know what the Injil is. I said, yay. Yay. Chris, nah. Chris, nah. Nah, Chris, you took it to another level. You literally took it to another level that, nah, kudos. Salute to you. I should have tagged you in this video furthermore. I should, listen, go on to Chris Speaker's Corner. Chris at Speaker's Corner or Chris Speaker's Corner and watch it. Like literally go there, watch that. That was incredible to say the least. I am tired right now. Like my energy, been up since morning, but my energy. But when I saw that, I said, "Yeah!" I felt like I drank coffee. It was like this is the best debate I have seen, and it wasn't even the debate. I didn't even care about what the other side had to say because I don't think that they put up a good fight in terms of debating wise. Obviously, my Muslim brothers and sisters are gonna say, "Yeah, like he did it." Like, yeah. Just straight knowledge. Chris was just dropping straight knowledge. If you haven't already, please go for and subscribe to Chris's channel because he drops the heat. You know. So the topic was the Islamic dilemma. Okay, the Islamic dilemma. I don't really watch Speaker's Corner content like that much, to be honest with you. But I just knew that was going to be fire, and I literally clicked on it because I just knew. I knew. I don't really. I went to Speaker's Corner the other day, and I was like, yeah, this ain't a bit of me. But this, yeah. Hi, Brother Kalam. How are you? I'm currently reading the Cult of Ra book and the Nile Valley. Keep up the good work. Cheese! I love that, Kofi. Come on. Cheese. Facts over personality. What's up? Yeah, man. Medea. So I'm just telling you to go and watch that. That video is just sick. And I want everybody to watch it and just see. That's literally a masterclass of putting forward your position and staying strong and being prepared because Chris literally had counter arguments after counter arguments lined up. He had, the quotes from within inside of the Quran lined up. He had historical, Sirah knowledge lined up. He had everything like hard material evidence that we have from like ancient books and stuff like that lined up. He knew the other side's arguments. It was just the best thing that I've seen in a long time. If you know anything about Speaker's Corner, sometimes it's just like just craziness. It's just everybody just shouting and screaming, and it's this was very well organized. 5 minutes, 5 minute round, 4 minute round, 3 minute round, 2 minute round, 1 minute round. Literally, that's how they did it, and it was really good. I think they should have done it technically, maybe the other way round. I would have preferred 1 minute. I affirm that the Quran contradicts the Bible and X, Y, and Z. That could just be a straight 1 minute of just like laying out your argument. I think technically that's all you need. Then you could have built it up to like 2 minutes after that because you're now building on something. Then three. I think I would have done it that way round personally. But either way, it works phenomenally. Yeah, so Chris, the Speaker's Corner, Islamic Dilemma, with Brother John Fontaine, I believe. That is what it's called. Sick video. If you can, go on there and just check it out. Oh my God, man, like ultra fun K. Change his name to ultra certified. So let me change it up. Okay, it says peace and blessings, my most wise brother Kalam. Can we get Titans TV breakdown of the Islamic dilemma, please? I've done shows on that already. To be honest with you. So the Islamic dilemma goes like this. The Islamic dilemma is this, that the Quran affirms the authority, preservation of the Bible, but, the Quran, premise number 2 is the Quran contradicts the Bible and the previous scriptures, so the Bible, Torah, and the Gospels. So therefore, Islam is false because, it's meant to confirm and affirm the previous scriptures, but the previous scriptures do not confirm and affirm the Quran. Okay, that's kind of like the basic argument, so to say. Or a Muslim. Okay, where are you from? Okay, cool. So yeah, that's literally the Islamic dilemma. I always say that the Islamic dilemma is false, but the sentiment is true. And that's just to say that the second part of the premise is false. The Quran doesn't contradict the Bible, but the Islamic interpretative lens definitely does contradict the Bible. So sometimes when you read the Quran, you're reading a translation that has put in interpolation. So the translation has put things into the Quran that definitely does contradict the Bible. Okay, and then you have Muslim teachers that contradict what the Quran says. So therefore, they are the ones who are contradicting the Bible, and it's not actually the Quran. So it's very nuanced. You really have to look at it. In my subjective opinion, Islam is false, regardless of the Islamic dilemma, for a variety of reasons. Yeah, you could say that for a variety of reasons. I wouldn't argue that Islam is false, because, how can I put it? I don't know. I don't think that is a sentence. Islam is false. Islam is true. I don't think that's a sentence. Well, let me make that make sense, right? So, for example, I have a microphone right here. The microphone is true. The microphone is false. It doesn't make sense. Like, that literally doesn't make sense. Let's think of so Islam as a concept. I don't think that makes sense to say it like that. Islam is false. No, I would prefer to say that the standard Sunni narrative is opposed to historical reality. Therefore, the Sunni narrative is false. That makes sense, all right? Okay, the Sunni narrative goes against historical facts, so therefore it's a false historical narrative. I think that makes more sense. Okay, so let me make that make more sense. So, for example, I think I've posted this up already. We know historically, historians say that Jesus was crucified. Okay? Muslims say Jesus was not crucified. Somebody else was crucified in his place, whether it's his disciple or it was Judas of Iscariot. Somebody else got changed to look like Jesus, and that's what really happened. Okay? Now, that statement goes against history. That statement goes against all forms of logic and reasoning. It goes against everything, basically. So we will say that the Sunni narrative is false, because we'll go into the Quran and we'll have to ask the question, does the Quran say that Jesus got changed into another human being and that's who got crucified? No, the Quran doesn't say that. Muslims say that. Does the Quran say that Jesus was never killed or crucified? No, it doesn't say that neither. Regardless of what your feelings would love for it to say, it doesn't say that neither. Okay? It merely says that the Jews are the ones who the Jews did not kill or crucify Jesus. Okay? The Jews did not kill or crucify Jesus. But for some reason, Muslims have changed that into something completely different. Yeah, I've changed that into something completely different. So let me see if I can make even more, like, how can I make that more poignant? If I was to ask any Christian and any historian, did the Jews kill Christ? Did the Jews kill Jesus? Yes or no? I'm hoping that you guys who are Christians and historians would say, no, that's false. The Jews didn't kill Christ, right? Did the Jews boast about killing Christ? Maybe in the Talmud and the Toledo Yeshu and so forth. Yes, they may have boasted about it, but did they kill him? No. It's like me saying today, right? Charlie Kirk. We all know historically. Some of you lot might have even witnessed it. Some of you might have seen it. Can you imagine, just like Jesus' execution? There was loads of people there, Roman soldiers, Jews, normal civilians, everybody there just witnessing this guy got crucified. And it's written down in the historical records. Yes, he got crucified. And I'm saying about Charlie Clerk now, everybody saw that, knows that he got assassinated. And then me, Kalam, I come now and say, yes, I was the one who pulled the trigger and I was the one who assassinated Charlie Kirk. It was me. I shot the Kirky. Yeah. Imagine I do that now, right? I boast about that. And then, the American government releases a statement that says, Kalam did not shoot or assassinate Charlie Kirk. Retards would say, see, Charlie Kirk didn't get assassinated. In fact, it was Kalam's brother who got changed. It was Kalam's brother who got changed to look like Charlie Kirk, and he was the one who got assassinated. Dickhead. Like, only dumb people who lack some form of, I don't know, reading comprehension would read it that way, okay? And that's what's happened, unfortunately. Unfortunately, people don't read anymore. People lack comprehension and they carry on with the nonsense. Like, open up and read it word for word. What does it say? No, it says that a certain group of people boasted, and for sure, they were not the ones who killed him. Anyways, you see it. Okay, cool. Let me quickly go and read some of your comments. All right, narrative according to Sunni scholars has holes in it 100%. Man says, not my words. That's a Yasser Qadi type of words. Hashtag reclaim Muhammad. Hashtag reclaim Quran with Saint Gregentius W. Abraha. Do you mind answering me? Is this thing you're trying to prove Jesus? Nope, I don't know what that is. Growing a beard is Islamic tradition. There you go. That's right. That's not in the Quran, Can you imagine that? Growing a beard is not in the Quran. Are you sure it's doesn't say that? I'm positive. It's funny how Islamic scholars quote John 14:16 all over the place. Do you know what? Yeah, it's funny. When I go to speakers, I remember going to Speakers Corner and they would quote so much stuff out of context and just leave stuff. I'm like, yeah, clearly everybody here lacks reading skills, reading comprehension skills, clearly. How can Muslims for centuries agree to it, saying that? Do you know what? Wonders never cease to amaze me, because Muslim scholars say it, and you would think, how can Muslim scholars say this? But now Christian scholars, scholars and Christians are also parroting the same thing. And I'm so glad there are critical scholars are pulling up other scholars to be like, why are you saying that when That's not what the text actually says. Why are you parroting, Muslim exegesis as to say this is what a text says when the text doesn't say that? So it's for me, when I see other scholars putting up scholars, it's like finally, like, because I always think to myself, am I the only one who's just like seeing or reading or like thinking outside of the box? Is it just me? But clearly other people are seeing the same thing too. Okay, P.S. I think Nubia is revealing a lot of our buried history. Bro, these are amazing. Trust me. Hey, listen, Nubia, listen. There is going to be an explosion. I guarantee you there is going to be an explosion in nubiologists. Yeah, nubiologists. There is going to be an explosion because it's going to be crazy what they're going to find there that they've already found, but they just haven't. It's crazy, because for some reason, Egypt gets all the funding to get things deciphered and get things translated and written down. But when you come to like Nubian stuff, they say they have like a whole archive of material, Christian literature, everything there, like Kemetic literature, everything just there. But nobody is translating these texts. And as I say, racism is alive, they're just concealing it. Sometimes you have to really just wonder what is going on, why they're not actually doing these things. Okay, cool. Are you a brother in Christ or a brother in Islam? You can call me a brother in Christ. TheReligionOfPeace.com, you baldhead. How are you? I'm good. Gorimata. Don't you go Speaker's Corner anymore? Nah, man. No, it's long. Jesus himself said, no one takes his... There you go. The Quran is literally parroting. Sometimes I wish people understand subtext. There is like a subtext within inside of the Quran. The Quran may like use certain words to like be like, yeah, I'm showing you I'm talking about a certain verse inside of the Bible, like go there. I'm using certain phrases like, killed and crucified. If somebody now types in kill and crucify, you'll see it takes you directly to Acts 2, I believe it is. And it has a whole thing in there, to letting you know that it wasn't the Jews. The Jews thought it was their plan to kill Christ. Yeah. Allah inside of the Quran is giving you the same thing. You didn't kill him. This was my plan. I predetermined this, right? It was by my will for my son to be sacrificed. It was predestined. Nobody can take my life. I will show you, I have the authority to lay down my life and take it back up again. No man can take it away from me. Yeah? Bars, bars. And then some people say, but I'm like, and then afterwards it says that, and Allah raised him to himself. Like, that's resurrection right there. 101. But no, the Quran denies the death and death and crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus. But it's there in the Quran. I'm like, okay. Clearly, you listen to Muslim propaganda versus actually reading what the text says. Anyways, Jesus crucified him, and Jesus rose back from the dead. All these spirit 3 days later. Okay, cool. Talmud reference. Yeah, that's a idiot thing. Idiot. Okay, Muslims prefer to live in the Sharia law, but they love to live in our countries. Oh my God. Spoon theory contradicts Quran. That is for the sins of another. There you go. Ooh, I can see. Michael, you're well run. You're well read. Well learned. Okay, the Romans crucified Jesus as well. Yes, that's right. This is why I love, apostolic and Catholic, the Holy Apostolic and Catholic Church. Okay, if you read the Nicene Creed or the Constantinople 381, like if you read that, it tells you who, who killed Christ or how he was put to death under Pontius Pilate. Everybody, every Christian who reads, this is what I'm thinking, like, if you was a Christian in the time of Muhammad, you already know that it was under Pontius Pilate that Jesus was put to death. Jews may have claimed or boasted that they killed him, but that's never the case because Jesus is not dead. He's alive, living with Allah, like there. Like, so it's like if you're a Christian and you had that and you read that text in that day and time, you understood what was being said. But it's only for some reason, in the 2000s that people lack reading comprehension skills. So, yeah. Anyways, jeez, man, like Ezra up in the building. Jai. How does your belief in Jesus reconcile with your previously held ancient now River Society beliefs? Okay, so I don't deal with beliefs. I don't actually deal with beliefs. I don't believe in Jesus. I know that Jesus was a historical figure, so I don't deal with beliefs. That's number one, and that way of thinking actually does stem from my Nile Valley way of thinking, and it's to not have any beliefs and to be a walking, talking question mark, question everything. The only thing that I accept is something that I know, knowledge. Know thyself. Okay, and you know the God of the universe. Okay, cool. So, in saying that, so yeah, my thing is always based on knowledge, and for me, Jesus is Jesus is, or let's just put it like this: it is claimed that Jesus is the incarnation of the Logos, and if you know anything about me, yeah, the only thing that I'm loyal to, sorry, or the only thing that I value the most in this world, yeah, is the Logos. So wherever the Logos goes, so does Kalam. Chesu. Wherever the Go Logos goes, so does Kalam. All right, cool. Christian pay to live in Muslim country. Okay, growing a beard is obviously from God, no matter what his or her name is. Jeez, yeah, man. As a man, the beard gang is strong. Okay, to be honest, there seems to be a requirement to turn your brain off in order to stay in that 100%. Nubia was a colony of Egypt, so I wouldn't be surprised. Colony. Nubia was a colony of Egypt. Maybe, but if you read Herodotus, it would say the other way around, that Egypt was a colony of Nubia. Nubia is not the right word to use, but let's just say Kush. Let's just say Kush, Kemet or Egypt or Tawi was supposedly, if you read Herodotus, a colony of Kush or the Sudan or Nubia. So technically it's the other way around. Okay, nothing, G, just to ask except, how are you? Original 9, how am I? That is a very, very, I'm actually going to take some time back and actually answer that question. How am I? Tired, but apart from being tired, I am well. I have my health, I have my life, I have everything that I need at present. My belly is full. I have dreams, I have aspirations. I'm constantly being inspired in this world. What else? I know I've had a few knockbacks with certain deaths with my family over the past few months, but apart from that, that's a circle of life, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate the ancestors, and I'm hoping that, they're looking down at me and saying, go on, get him, boy. So everything is actually fine right now, and I'm just glad to be here with you guys. Callum, do you still follow Kemetic philosophy? 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. That's my core. That's my core right there. It was an assumption that the person in the cross was Jesus. It was not him. It looked like him. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to talk on that. What do you think about Quran copying Talmud? No, the Quran is not a copy. It may quote from, previous scriptures, and okay, let me put it like this. We know that the author/authors of the Quran was very well learnt and read with inside of a Christian milieu. So they read Christian texts, or, if it's not reading, they received it somehow. Nah, frick that, man. I'm not going to lie. No. Because, so, well, how can you prove it? Yeah. Shut up, man. Shut up. So sometimes you're just gonna have to use deductive skills to understand that these individuals or this individual was very well learned, very well studied Christian literature, Jewish literature as well. Yeah, and obviously in studying these things and you're speaking on certain topics, you will quote or you may refer or allude to certain things that you have read. So I wouldn't say it's a copy. I would say it's just clear that this individual is well learned within inside of Christian milieu. At this point, what are we even agreeing? You put that to bed 15 years ago. I know. Callum, what's good? Peace, great work you've been doing, bro. I love, Mr. Morpheus. The problem is the translation of crucified it really means cursed, yeah? They did not kill him or curse him. God raised him is a better translation. Yeah, well, I would say that the crucifying implies cursing, okay? Because killing, this is why it says kill and crucify. Like killing, that's one level, like the person is dead. To crucify a person, right? And again, you have to learn, Jewish thought to understand. I'm pretty sure it's in like the Old Testament as well. To hang somebody on a cross or to hang somebody on wood or to hang somebody on a tree, however you want to put it, impale them. Like you're literally cursing them to be like, you're in the depths of hell. You're not just dead, you're in the depths of hell. Okay? That's what it really means to be crucified. Crucified is like an extra level. And this is why Jesus had to be crucified. Okay? Because as Christians, yeah, you need to be like Jesus and pick up your cross. You need to be a ready and willing sacrifice to die for others, to serve others. Furthermore, humble yourself, whoever you think you are, be able to put yourself in a position to humble yourself, okay, and be able to be ready to put your life on the line. And put your life on the line in not in the sense where, yeah, if I die now, I'll be honored. No, put yourself to death where even if nobody remembers me, even if nobody praises me, even if everybody curses me, yeah, I'm putting my life on the line because I know this is what I believe in. This is the truth. This is the honorable thing to do in my heart of hearts, right? That's all that matters against all odds. Now, that's why that willing sacrifice, that exemplar was put forward for you. It's a sick exemplar, sick exemplar, to be honest with you. Okay, cool. What did the Talmud copy? Enumeration? Nah. You can enumeration, stuff like that. That's more like the Genesis narrative. The Genesis narrative has been influenced by those ancient Mesopotamian Sumerian texts. Thank you for your honest answer, brother. Love. Majority of the Greek manuscripts for the Gospels were discovered from monasteries in Egypt. Logos, Greek philosophy. Okay, yeah, logos, Greek philosophy. Yes, we are definitely talking Greek philosophy when you say the word logos. But if you wanted to go a little bit further back, you would use, for example, with inside of ancient Egypt or Kemet, you would use the term Jehuti. Okay, Jehuti would be the representative of the logos. Okay. And then obviously with inside of Christianity, well, inside of Hebrew text actually, memra. Memra is another way you could use to say that logos as well, or that principle, that intellect principle, that logical principle, that word principle. Very powerful, very, very, very powerful. Okay, cool. Do you think one issue with the misunderstanding comes from the reason they didn't have early Christian Jewish scholars? I know many early Quran reciters died. Okay, do you think one issue with the misunderstanding comes from the reasons they didn't have early Christian Jews? I don't know what's that in reference to. I don't know what that's in reference to. So if you just give me that and let me know. Salute. Original 9. When will you do more debates on Kemet? Do you know what? There is another channel called um it's like Titans Debates League. Titans Debates League. I know they've hollered at me um to do a presentation on their channel. Uh on their channel. But if there is any Kemetic discussions, or if there's any people that are talking Kemet, I would love to. Yeah, I'll definitely debate Kemetic stuff with a Kemetic person or with a non-Kemetic person. I would love to debate it. I don't mind that. That's quite good. It needs to be a good topic though. It needs to be a very, very good topic because I love Kemetic information. Like Kemetic information is just it's heart and soul right there. Let's see. Noor, brother. Noor. Allahu Akbar. Salute, salute. Maral. Okay, my favorite Islamic scholar, mom, man, like Kalam. Jeez. I miss when you're committing in. Do you know what? Yeah, I already said it. I've got my graphic designer. I'm just waiting for him to just finish up here. Let me actually see. He sent me over some drafts of like logo. I was gonna show you guys it. As soon as he's done that, right, all of my Islamic-esque stuff that I've been talking about will be put up on its own channel. So I'm just waiting for him to finish. Truth be told, let me just show you what he's done so far. So boom, boom, boom. So, anyways, yeah. So yeah, I'm just waiting for him to actually, like I said, I don't like none of them. I felt bad to say I don't like none of them. Do me a real good logo, yeah. As soon as he's done that, right, all of my Islamic talks, yeah, and Abyssinian talks will just go onto that channel, so you won't hear any of that stuff on Titans TV. Yeah, because I know some of you guys be like, Kalama, I don't come here to hear no Muslimic talks, my guy. What is this? Like, I know you talking some real like conscious information. Like, we don't want to hear that. So yeah, like forgive me. Just like bear with me, and like bear with me. Once that channel is set up and the website is done, all of my thoughts will just be directed over there. Okay, and then you'll get like the normal scheduled programming, yeah, on here. Okay, cool. Let me see. The Vedas is the oldest scripture on the earth, thousands of years older than the Bible. Okay. You and Shaka are most on a discussion. Hey, I named my son Titan. Hey, he's 19 in the volleyball. Hey, get it. Man, like Titan, Titan. Yeah, one of my clients told me that they named their son Titan as well, sick. That's a strong, hard body name right there. Yeah. I think I got the inspiration. Let me actually tell you, where did I get the inspiration from? Again, Sarnetta TV. Yeah, salute to Sarnetta TV. That's like the real old school OG. I'm telling you right now, if there wasn't a Sarnetta TV, there would definitely not be a Titans TV. Okay, so salute to Sarnetta TV. That's number one. That's foremost. That's foremost right there. And I'm just saluting the fact that I was at that time in my early 20s. What was I doing? I was heavy into reading all of classical Greek philosophy. So I was reading, the complete works of Aristotle, the complete works of Plato, Hesiod, who else? Homer. I was reading all of this works, right? And I said, yeah, that name there, Titans, Titans, Titans. It really resonated with me, and it resonated with what I saw of the Sarnetta TV platform, where I just saw two Titans just battling out, colliding with one another, and I was like, yeah, I like that concept, and I like the fact that the word Titan, from the mythological sense, because we have, the other senses, but from the mythological sense, it's those primordial beings that have been caged away. They've been imprisoned in Tartarus, right? And I thought to myself, it's that time, it's that awakening, It's that awakening. The time of the Olympian gods, the false gods, the old gods, yeah? those ones that's out there right now that's running the whole entire world. Yeah, I'm gonna come like man like Socrates and be that gadfly and sting people and go into what's it called? What's the book before the Republic? Republic. Be the one that goes inside of the cave, right, and kind of wakes up my fellow Titans that are now being imprisoned in Tartarus, yeah, to let them know that all of this is shadows. Let's go out into the real world. Let's break free from this prison, and it's a self-imposed prison because you don't realize you're free right now. Let's go. Let's go, gods. Let's go. Arise. Wake up. Titans, Titans. And my whole plan was just to just raise a generation of straight Titans spitting straight fire, straight consciousness, you know. No more beliefs. The time of beliefs are over. Yeah, it's just straight up knowledge and consciousness. If you ain't thinking critically, if you ain't dealing with the liberal arts as well, yeah, shouts out to double M's. If you ain't dealing with the liberal arts and starting off with the trivium and knowing, you know, grammar, logic, and rhetoric, you can't even par with us. Yeah, you know, that's the first step to be one of my brothers. But anyways, yeah, yeah, the inspiration of Titans TV, right there, you know, all up in one, all summed up. Man, who no, saying man like you know, my beautiful sister, gal like Rika B, up in the building, making me smile all the time. Jeez, these brown skin here, you know, it blushes. All right, cool. Can you read the Medu Nature fluently? I still want to learn. But having problems finding a place. Can I read it? Okay, so I used to think that I read fluently. And what I mean, reading fluently is not okay. Because I know we had problems. Like when I say like reading fluently, people were like, "No, you can't read fluently, bro." There is speaking fluently, and then there is reading fluently. Speaking fluently, nobody speaks Mother Nature fluently, just to let you know that, because it's a dead language. It's not a language that's a living language that we speak it in our normal day to day speech. But can we read the hieroglyphs? Can we read it? Yeah, can we read it? Yes, we can. And when I'm saying fluently read the hieroglyphs, you can also do the pronunciations as well. So we're pronouncing it, but that's not the, how can I put it? The pronunciations is not the proper pronunciations of ancient times because we've lost that. But in terms of knowing the consonants and sounding out and putting other little vowels in place, we do that. So can I read it fluently? I definitely would say that if I had a piece of literature, I can definitely read it or used to be able to read it very, very fluently. Um, and if it's a new word, and usually there's always going to be a word that you don't know. Even now in English, you're reading words. What was the word I found out? Perfidy. 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 Or was it perfidity? No, perfidy. I was like, I don't know this word. Let me just double check if perfidy is the word that I'm thinking of. I had to go back and actually stop and go in. Yeah, perfidy. There you go. Yeah. The act of betraying someone or behaving disloyal or treacherously. So, like, that's a good example right there. You could read Metanetra, you come across a term or a word that you've never encountered before. So, therefore, you have to go into the lexicon, learn the word, and then carry on reading, right? So, regardless, in English, you can read words fluently, but there's going to be a time where you find certain words because you're reading above your level of understanding. You're going to find words you need to know. You go back into dictionary, learn it, and then you're good again. So I think, yeah, I would say that I haven't read Mediterranean like constantly as of late, but yeah, I definitely think that I was fluent in reading Mediterranean. Um, Let's quickly go through. Have you read the Anacalypse or Godfrey Higgins, and do you give the hypothesis any merit? If I remember Godfrey Higgins, I have read it. Good material in there, but I think that it is outdated material, and some might even call it pseudo. But I would say that it's outdated now. But yeah, I have read it. Vince Bantu, Seku, Myth Vision, Gnostic Informant. Probably some interesting discussions with you would be powerful. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think all of those names are actually good. Actually good. But I'm just thinking Seku. I'm thinking if we're talking chemi, I don't think any of them know chemical information like that. Gnostic informant. I can't remember which one Gnostic informant again. I'm sure. No. That's like no. There's something else. None of them know chemical information, so it wouldn't be a good look. Seku, one you can argue. Vince Bantu, come on, man. No, but yeah, we'll definitely have good conversations, like on other topics. Definitely. So yeah, family. I just came on to basically tell you guys to go and check out man like Chris, the Speaker's Corner, doing like great works. The Islamic Dilemma, absolutely sick. He blew it out the park. So again, after you've listened to me speak, go over there, support the good brother, let them know that you're coming over from Titans TV. Titans TV said we should go over there and learn some sick knowledge from you. Let him know, man. Let him know. But yeah, family, I'm literally about to close down. Is there anything else you would like me to discuss with you? Let me know. 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 Okay. Come on, man. Let me know, family. I'm here right now. Let me know. As I said, I'm going to be closing down the show very soon. If you want shows, like let me know. Like say, Kalam, like we love the fact that I used to do discussion panel shows. Can we bring it back? So I'd like to come and do some discussions. Or Kalam, Talk with the Titans. That's like the flagship show. Like, are you gonna bring it back? Are you gonna get exciting guests on to interview? Kalam, I love what you're doing with, the Abyssinian, the Abyssinian origins of Islam. Like, you're breaking stuff down on there. Kalam, like teach us more on the Kemetic information. I haven't come here to learn all this Christian stuff or this Muslim stuff. I've only come here because of the Kemetic information. I used to teach Kemetic philosophy, used to teach the hieroglyphic language. Teach us that. That's what we really want to know. Like, let me know what your thoughts are, man. Let me know. Let me know. Kalam, when are you taking the Shahada? أشهد لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله يا أخي الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر تكبير. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy, Jamal? When can I take your class? Yes, that's a very good question. When can you take the class? I was going through this today, actually. Let me just check my notes. I'll tell you when, sorry. Who's trying cats, Yes. So what I wanted to do is get 10 individuals in a class, two classes, 10 individuals, two classes of 5, to go through the pilot version of the course, to get some nice feedback from you guys on that. And I actually added another module to the course. So I literally added the other module today, actually, to the course, properly like done it up. I love having free time. See, this is what I do, I wake up so early in the morning, like literally just to do like my passion projects, my quick passion projects here of designing a course and just writing it up for people. So I did that this morning, actually. What I'm going to do is I need to get 10 people. What I'm going to make sure I have you as like number 1 on the list. let me just show you how I'm rolling it out. I'm going to, let me lay it out for you. I'm looking to go on like certain channels. So certain channels, I'm going to do like a presentation. Could be a new presentation, could be old presentations. Let's just say, give you an example what I would be doing. So for example, go onto DCCI's channel, I will do a presentation on there, and I will actually invite everybody who would like to join the course. There's 8 modules on the course. We're going to do it in the space of a month. So that'll be 2 1-hour lessons a week over the space of 4 weeks. Quickly can be done. So once I do the presentation, everybody can sign up to say, I want to be a part of it. And then from that, I was going to filter certain people to be like, what's a good monetary value? So I was going to say at £100, but I think I'm going to set it at £50. Okay. So £50 for anybody who would like to join in, join up on the course. It's £50. And then if you miss any of the classes, like, it will be deducted. But at the end of the month, you'll actually get your £50 back. Okay, it's just a means and measure to make sure that you're actually serious. So those people who are actually serious, and I don't want to waste my time. So that's why this is why I really am saying £100. Yeah, to say at, because at least then, yeah, if I say at £100, some of you be like, Kala, man, £100 is a lot of money, but I appreciate the knowledge in that. So like, but if you miss a lesson, like, you miss your £100, or some money is deducted, because I don't want to deal with like people who are just not serious. Like, if you pay for something, you're actually going to attend. You know the ways there. You're going to attend. I spend nearly like £5 a month, yeah, on like health, like gym, like just going to the gym and sauna and all these things here. Like, it's almost like £5 I pay a month, yeah. Bro, do you know how much it pains me, yeah, if I miss? It's not like pure gym when you use like £20 or whatever, or £30 a month, yeah. If you miss a lesson, yeah, like, it pains you, because you know at the end of the month that money's coming out and you didn't go to nothing. Yeah. So I know if I charge it high enough, certain amount of like serious people would attend. But I'm saying, if you attend and you actually do the work and you don't miss any lessons, I will literally send you all your money back, because I just want to make sure that people who are serious attend. And I just really want your feedback to let me know if the course is good or not. Okay. So yeah, you're definitely going to be part of it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to several different channels, like, let's say Jay Smith's channel, what's his name? What's the good brother's name? Lloyd the Young channel, a few other channels like, DCCI channels and a few other channels. Go over there, do a presentation, tell you guys, if you want to sign up, let me know if you're involved. All I want really and truly is 10 people. We're going to do 2 classes of 5 people, 2 cohorts, 5, and then we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if we need to, increase the workload or decrease the workload, or just make sure that you lot actually have time to learn the information. So yeah, cool. Cool. Let me just go through this. Have I missed this or something? Okay, cool. Okay, what do you think the race of Tutankhamun was? I don't know, I don't know. Like, all of that. Some people really are hanged up with like race and stuff like that. Okay, let me do it like this. I've never really cared as much. For example, I know in like America, like the race, even though race is like an outdated concept, right? But people are hanged up on they're like, yeah, they're black. And it's like, yeah, they're this. It's like, okay, like, cool. I don't have the time to fight about people's skin complexion. Like, the ways there. I really don't. Like, let me give you an example. I know let me do this for an example. Like, I know my children. I I used to call him Yellow Yam. Like he's the most yellow, light-skinned child ever. Yeah. And then my daughter's like dark-skinned, like darker than me. And it's like, okay, cool. Like what? So if I cared, like what does it mean to care? Like what does it mean if you're light skin or dark skin or brown skin or black? Like what? It's one family. Like oh, I don't know what. Like it's like to me, I don't. It's like I don't know. So I don't really get it like that. And again, like, let me think. Inside of my family, I have Oriental. I'm trying to remember where is she from. I got Oriental in my family. Okay, I have you know European whites. Toro, where's she from? Norway. Norway in my family. I have like so many different people inside of my family, where it's like I don't see everybody as part of my family. That way is there. Where it's like, do I care what your skin complexion is, or yeah, what your skin complexion is, or your ethnicity as such? It's like, no, I personally, I don't really care like that. It's like, all I know is your family. And that's the way I look at nations as well. Like, we're part of, for me, I'm in the UK. So, being part of the UK, like, my neighbor might be Somalian. My next neighbor might be Eritrean. My next neighbor might be from Scotland. My next neighbor might be Irish. My next neighbor might be Jamaican. Like my next neighbor is Bangladeshi. It's like, but we're all from like England, UK. We're all British citizens. It's like, bro, we're all one people, man. But anyway, that's just me, innit? Like you lot could just call me names afterwards, but it's like, I don't know, man. We're just all one people, man. And the same thing is with ancient Egypt, Kemet. Like, depending on what time frame you're looking at, you have different migrational groups. You have different people migrated in. So you just have to look at part of the Mediterranean. You have like people from the Mediterranean, and like Turkey and I don't know. Let's keep going into like Arabia and going down south. Let's go into Sudan, Congo, Chad, Libya, Algeria, Tunisia, like north. You have let's keep on going like Rome, Italy. You have different people would have actually for trade and other economical reasons and environmental reasons they may have migrated into Egypt, depending on the time frame. And you will see on the walls of Egypt, you will see different skin complexions of people. So it's like, but they're all Kemetics. They're all one nation, all one people under one king pharaoh. So it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't really care too much what ethnicity certain people are or what complexion they are like that. It's good to say, yes, this person was white. Like, because I remember we had one of the brothers come on to say, King James, so King James in England was a black man. I'm like, fam, I don't know, man. I've learned UK history and the British history, and now King James is a white man. It's one of those ones. Then you could say, like, yeah, I learned other history. Okay, yeah, this person was a black person. So it's like, yeah, if you want to correct misinformation, cool. But it's just like the whole hang up on colors is like, I don't know, man. I don't really care. Hopefully, sorry for just, monologuing on that, but it's like, oh, man. Tutankhamun, I don't know, like, how many years is that? That's like 3,000 years ago. Like, who cares what color he is? Like, he's African, yeah. First and foremost, yeah. That ninja was African, mate. He was an African man, yeah. That's first and foremost. But other than that, I don't know what ethnicity or complexion he was. um, Cool. Let me quickly go through. We love what you do, Kalam. Teach us more and give us better sources to educate ourselves. MashaAllah. Welcome to Islam, bro. Who is okay? Easy team. If they are truly conscious, they will understand. Are you making more content in Speaker's Corner? No, I went to Speaker's Corner, and unless I am going to Speaker's Corner and quartering off my own section at Speaker's Corner, and you know only discussing certain topics, yes. But otherwise, the people there are not my cup of tea. Now, people like Chris, yeah, salute. Like, that's my cup of tea. To have like a conversation with a person like him would be awesome. You feel? But the majority of the people there is like, nah, man, I don't want to be surrounded by these people at all. Okay, surely you have emotional attachment to Nubia or Kush. No, I don't. I really don't. I really don't, you know? I really don't. And okay, can I say something here that's gonna sound so um coonish, yeah? And don't misquote me. Don't like quote me out of because I'm gonna say something clickbaity, but like don't quote me. I don't care about black people in this country, you know. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. I care about first and foremost my family. You know when people say, "Yeah, you should care about," I'm like, "Fam, I don't care." Do you know why I don't care? Because if I'm struggling right now, is the random black person going to give me anything or help me out? Yes or no? No, they're not. Okay. So let me stop with that nonsense, right? The first and most, and this is comedic philosophy 101 teaching me this, you know. The first thing that you need to secure is your household. Once you secure your household, i.e., your family members, right, then you can work outwardly, right? Then after that, you can now work inside of your community. After that, you can work inside of your nation, right? Like that's where my mind is at right now. And I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it's not. Like look after yourself first, yeah. Put your seatbelt on first, yeah, and then help others. That's just the way I see life now. Whereas before it was like, you indoctrinate with certain things. Yeah, I'm here to help the people. Yeah, I'm here to fight for social justice. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about all of that. I don't know about all of that. You know, my thing is a bit more equitable and charitable. So it's like at work myself, like, so for example, it's like, yeah, you should help, black people out. And I'm at work and I'm like, I don't really care about just helping black people out at work. Like, I'm here. If I see somebody with a good heart and with a great message, I'm here to support you 110% of the way. You know the ways there. Like money is like, don't worry about, like if my remuneration, like when clients come and pay me, they pay me good money, but it's like, don't worry about the money side of things. Let me make sure that your dream, your vision is achieved. Like that's my most important thing. It's like, what is your mission? What is your dream? What is your vision? What you're trying to achieve? Because a black person can come on here, yeah. Like for example, like I see certain podcasts that are out there, not naming any names, but if you know the most base podcasts within inside of like the black community, yeah, they're a black person. You should help them out. I'm like, Auzubillah, me help out these people that's gonna spread chaos into the community. You're crazy. And then you can have like an Asian person or a European person that have come in, but they're coming there with a positive message. Are you telling me that I shouldn't help out the Asian person because they're Asian to help out the black person because they're black? You're crazy. I don't give a toss about all of that. All of that, what's it called? Ethnocentric. I don't know whatever it's called, man. All that nonsense. I don't really care about all of that. I just see people as people. You know the way it's there. I went to Speaker's Corner. I told everybody that I'm a god. Everybody got rattled. And I said to them, don't even get rattled, man. I view every single one of you guys as gods as well. You just that you lot don't know that you're gods. As I said, everybody here is titans. You lot just don't know you're a titan. I'm just the first to admit it. You know? I'm just the first one to admit it. And I'm going to treat you like a god. You dig? I'm going to make sure that I'm here to serve you. That's me. I'm just a person that's here to serve my community, whether it's at work. I'm here to serve everybody. I don't give a toss about your skin complexion, ethnicity, whatever the case is. As long as you hold on to some very good positive values, and you're a person that is respectable, I am going to make sure that I do the utmost for you and serve you the best way I can. Here on Titans TV, I couldn't care less what skin complexion or ethnicity you are. If you're a good person, I'm gonna treat you good. I'm here to drop wisdom and knowledge on you, regardless of your ethnicity. You dig? So yeah, that's kind of my spill on race and stuff. Hope you like it. Join my next TED talk. Okay, Callum. After all this time, you don't have a community there yet. Community. Oh, community at Speakers Corner or community. Let me know what you mean. We do. Like if it's Speakers Corner community, yeah, we have a Speakers Corner community. In terms of like conscious community over here, we have conscious community over here. We have all of these things here. But I'm talking about if you're talking about the Speakers Corner content, it's like I don't want to go Speakers Corner and like, mix in with the riffraff. To be honest with you, I really don't, because I don't have any conversations for them. Okay, why get hung up on the issue of color? I know that's what I'm saying. I don't really deal with all of that. We are pro-black, so don't mind us. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, these neophytes will never comprehend. Kundalini awakening spontaneously speaking in languages. I've seen why on contents over everything. It was great. Yeah. I was sick. I was sick. Those are the golden eras, but it's never coming back. Community of those that you share spiritual principles with. Yeah, I have like various different communities. Like I belong to like several different organizations, communities, fraternities, and whatever else have you. Yeah, so we have all of that here, all of that. But sometimes I'm a bit distant. I'm a bit distant because I like to be distant because it gives me the freedom to just not be part of a group think. You know, I like to just be a bit removed at times, going on my hiatus. But anyways, hey, family, you lot have kept me here for a whole extra hour. Yeah, I was only coming here for like a couple of minutes just to drop some bars for you lot to go and subscribe to that channel and check out their debates, man. But I'm here with you guys. I'm here with you guys. Let me think, what would be my next show? I've got the brother Musa, Mela Musa, he says he's going to drop some Sufi information. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to actually I want to have him on, man. The good brother Musa. I actually like this brother a lot. Um, and I like him for other reasons than most people would know. I don't even think I even let him know why I like him, but I like him. So I'm gonna let him come on and drop some Sufi information. Nice little presentation. He said he's gonna have lined up. But yeah, you guys don't think that it's gonna be an often thing where we're doing these, because I'm just doing it for this guy. Man like Prima Scriptura was good. So yeah, what was I thinking? Next show. What is my next show? What do I want to do my next show on? Because all of that Islamic Abyssinian stuff, I want it to be on a separate channel. So what would be on this Titans TV channel? Hmm. What shall we do? What shall we do to just shake things up a bit? Hmm. Hmm. That's a good question. That is a very good question. Okay, Times TV. I have read a part of Gabriel Reynolds' paper. I'm being swayed towards the confirmation of the deaths being alluded to in Quran, especially when he mentions Quran 1933. Jeez, here we go. Here we go. What's good, Burhan Nazir? Hello. Yeah. See, this is my thing. Yeah. Salute to you, CJK. Okay. Um, I just Okay, because when I talk on like religious topics, I'm always talking from an academic point of view because I don't really care about faith based conversations. Okay, because that's emotions, that's like feelings, or like people put their feelings over the facts. I don't care about having that type of discussion. That's why I'm like Speaker's Corner. It's always about like feelings over facts versus facts over feelings. Okay, because everybody has an opinion. This is what I believe. People are speaking in that. That's the speech basically. I don't really care about all of that. I rather get to the point of like, what do we know? What can we prove? Can we do a deep dive on something? And I'm so glad that you're actually picking up, because I'm dropping scholars every single day. I'll be dropping scholars, 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 scholars. And I'm so glad that you're one of those persons that have actually said, you know what, let me actually go and see what this crazy man Kalam is talking about. Yeah. And let me go and pick up this academic paper that's, I don't know, 20 pages long, and let me go and read it for myself to understand the argument. And you've allowed yourself to be open-minded enough where you're now being swayed by the arguments within inside of the paper. It's like, I appreciate you for that 100%. I really do. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you know am I the only one? Am I the only one who's actually reading academic papers? Because everybody else is just reading their Bibles and reading their Qurans, and that's it. That's the only book and paper that they're reading, is those two. And I'm like, oh man, like I know I might be talking religion, but I'm not having a religious conversation. I'm having an academic dialogue. But yeah, cool. What's the new module you added? Hey, the new module I added, okay, is where is it? Aha, here it is. So module 7, okay, Caedmon and Ikra. Technically, that is a new model, but it was there from before. So there's six modules or 6 lessons, which are: number one is mapping the Red Sea. So where is Axum, Habesha, all these things there. So we're mapping the Red Sea. We're going to go through all the different kingdoms, blah, blah, blah. Then module number 2 is Kingdom of Axum. We go through the history of Axum. Module 3 is the Kingdom of Himyar. So we're going to go through all of that. Then we finally get to the bridge, which is Abraha and Kings at War. So finally, that's like my favorite subject right there, Abraha. Cool, Abraha. And then after that, we talk about faith and empire. And faith and empire, which is basically going through the different faiths. So you have within inside of the Himyarites, you have the Judaism, and then obviously from the Aksum, you have Christianity. But then you also have another form of Christianity that was already present in the Arabian Peninsula that Abraha kind of capitalized on, because it was the middle ground, and that's the way he was able to be ecumenical in a sense where everybody could just rally around him. So Faith and Empire is a great one. And then lesson 6 is Year of the Elephant. And basically we're going through the Year of the Elephant, the Quran. This is the first time we actually touch on the Quran, which is Quran chapter 105, Surah Al-Fil, and we give you guys the historical Quran, how to read the Quran as a historian. So we're going to be learning about philology and learning about the historical critical methodologies such as textual criticism and source criticism and all these things here. So it's kind of like, that's nice. That's like a really nice module to kind of that's like, yeah. Now we're touching on Islam a bit, and we're relating it to the Abyssinia. Like it's like, that's like, yeah, that's the nexus point right there. And then after that, we have Caedmon and Ikra, because yet again, I've tailor-made this whole course to be able to be integrated into the Department of Education here in the UK to be part of the national curriculum. So with that as well, they are asking you about, you know, this was happening in, the time you're speaking about. This was happening there in, that part of the world. But what was going on over in the UK? So basically the same narrative of, Muhammad's call to revelation, call to revelation was taking place over here in England, with a person named Caedmon. And it's very interesting to just note the similarities, when you do the comparison, the reluctance, the being humble, being called to do this thing, and singing or reciting, and but not just singing and reciting, because normally you would sing and recite with inside of the liturgical language, but both are doing it in the vulgar vernacular, meaning the language of their the country folk. So, Muhammad, recited in the Arabic language, whereas Caedmon recited in the Old English language, which is, completely different and completely new. We go into that. We go into how they both, had a night visitor that came to them and told them to recite certain things. They both told him to recite from, the creation and what the creator did, etc., etc., etc. So we'll go into that. That's like a very interesting module, because we're literally comparing two narratives that took place exactly the same, like those two narratives took place exactly the same time frame as one another, but the distance from Britain to Arabia, like, is, I think it's 66,000 or 60,000 miles or kilometers away. So it's like, how did, how? And we just understand that it's all part of late antiquity Christianity. This is just kind of like the norm of speaking about revelation, etc., etc. So you go into that, very interesting stuff. And again, we're just going through all of the scholars, what they have to say about that. And then module number 8, which I put in literally today with the Caedmon, because I solidified the Caedmon one today. But another one is called the Mohammedan Kerygma. And the Mohammedan Kerygma is basically, we're going through the Quran, but we're going through the first time the proclamation of Muhammad is introduced. So it's introduced during the Zubairid period. So imagine this, right? From the time of Muhammad, of the standard is the normal Islamic narrative, 570 to 632. Only until roughly 680s do we even hear the mention of Muhammad externally. So we go through that. We go through the earliest memories. So it's the Zubairid period, where we get the earliest mention of the Muhammad. We get the earliest historical letters from Urwa, Urwa, the brother of the counter caliphate, Abdullah ibn Zubair. We learn about what was the earliest preaching and teaching of Muhammad. How did they remember this individual compared to after Abdul Malik took over and imperialized everything and he changed everything? So before then, how was it viewed? That's quite interesting to see what the Quran itself says about Muhammad, or what can we deduce about who Muhammad is of the Quran and the earliest memories of who this Muhammad was. So that is the 8th lesson, okay? And it's really good. It's really good because it's the culmination of everything. It's putting everything into place, because we've literally traveled through time, through space, to get to who Muhammad was and what his initial message was in early Islam. So it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Cool. Okay. Let me go through. What's the new? Okay, now we're in Hadith on Tasfir too. No. Well, you are gonna read Hadith, and there is mention of how Muslim exegesis understand things, but that's like a little footnote versus the history. So we don't care about what the exegesis say, because that's not part of history. That's just letting you know, yeah, but they do say this, but we don't really take anything like that into consideration because that's not history and that's not the historical methodology that we're utilizing. So it's like a little footnote, what the exegesis say. We're just looking at the historical records, and technically speaking, the story of the Ikra is a hadith. Um, and so Rawaya is a narration, truth be told. So we are looking into hadith Sirah literature, um, because it's the earliest literature. So what is the earliest literature that we have at our disposal, and what does it mean? What did it mean in that time frame? How did the people understand it? So it'll be from that level versus reading the Quran from medieval exegesis. Okay, we're not going to be doing that. Cool. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm going to pray for you, I fish in a tie. Um yeah, I'm going to pray for you, and I'm gonna pray for your mom. I'm gonna pray for your family. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Um I do not agree with the conclusion, but I will complete. Cool. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I'd rather just not carry on, and let me just respect my good brother I fish in a tie. So peace and blessings to you all, and I catch you guys on another one.